guys, so I pulled the trigger. I sprayed the 1.5 ounces of Pastora and the 8 ounces of glyphosate together on a 12-acre field where we had a lot of mixed grasses. The field was probably 85% crabgrass, which I'm fine with. It's hard to get it to dry, but 100% of the field was sprinkled over with foxtails. And we started out with just kind of a knoll covered in a couple plants, and we didn't know what they were. And then we were like, oh, looks like foxtails, but we didn't know that was worse than a 4-letter word, so we didn't do anything about them. And every time we cut, every time we tedded, every time we raked, we were just spreading them and planting them. And then we moved them from field to field. So if you identify any foxtails in your field, run, don't walk, and go kill them with glyphosate. If you have a small area and you're thinking, oh, it's small, it's just that one little spot over the hill in the corner, go kill it, because that's how we started and we didn't know what we were dealing with, and now we got a mess. But I will say, I'll show you how this field looks. Now, it was 85% crabgrass, and my husband said my GPS ain't worth a toot that I used to spray with. Really, it's the driver. I can't drive at a straight line to save my life. So my field had stripes in it, but I'm kind of glad that it did, so you can get a fair representation of what the field looked like before being sprayed and looks like now that it has been sprayed. All right, so there's one of the stripes that I missed spraying, but you can see how concentrate the foxtails are. We'll get down a little further. You can see how much crabgrass was there. This whole field was pretty much crabgrass. And then we'll step to the side, and this is the area that had been sprayed, and you can see it's nothing but coastal Bermuda and common Bermuda. And we knew there was a decent amount of coastal out here. We didn't realize how much common Bermuda was out here because it was just short and under all the crabgrass. But you can see for yourself that it's still healthy. It's a little bit short. This field was cut 5 weeks ago. So yes, it's shorter than what it should be, but it's still thriving. We didn't lose any grass. We actually gained some really nice grass, and we lost a ton of foxtails. So I'll show you what these Knotroot Foxtails look like, so you can kind of figure out which ones you might have. I'll show you what the rhizomes look like on the Knotroot, and so that way if you have a few foxtails, figure out what you got. Pre-emergence, we've been using the Resolon. That took care of a lot. But if you have the Knotroot, you've got a battle on your hands, and you might have to go radical and do the Pastora and the glyphosate and just be done with it and clean them up. Because it does work. You see for yourself, it does work. Alright, so we got a couple plants here. I'm going to see if I can pull one up. I will tell you, this field was very drought stressed too, so it's actually done really good. Okay. So there's the deal right there. Rhizome. A lot of the other foxtails will just have the hairy root system. If you see something like that, that's bad news. And it seems like the more you try to mess with these things without spraying them with herbicide, the sooner they'll start to seed out. So, yep, look at that. That's the real deal. That's the bad stuff. We'll pull another one. And we did this to ourselves. We just didn't know what we were dealing with. And now that I do, every time I see foxtails, it makes my hair stand up. So you can see that dude in there is no good. Any of our fields where we unfortunately had spread these foxtails to, and it was just kind of some selective ones just popping up here and there, I would hand pick them just like that, and then I would spray glyphosate down in the hole where the root ball was at. And I've spent more hours than I'm proud of doing that because I did that to myself. But I'm just going to give you I'm gonna walk this way so you can see the stripes in this field and compare it to the stuff that had been sprayed, and you can see for yourself this field is still healthy. It's short, but it's still healthy, and you see how clean it is. It really, really did the trick. All right, let's get on this hill. Yeah, I'm a little upset that I missed so much, but because now I'm gonna have more to spray next year. That's okay. We do what we gotta do. All right, so in between the stripes, the tall stuff is coastal Bermuda, the short carpet stuff is the common Bermuda, and that's all fine with me. So let me get up here. All right, here we go. So you can see my stripes. I missed it on every pass, and I just need to build a little more overlap into my GPS. But you can see a nice carpet still exists, and no foxtails sticking up out there. And this field was covered. So just wanted to share that. I got some 2,4-D I got to go spray, but I wanted to drop in here and let everybody see that. Because you start talking glyphosate on coastal Bermuda and everybody starts to shudder. Me too. And that's why my field got in such bad shape. But I think we fixed it now. At least we have a plan if it happens again. So everybody take care. I'm going to get back to work.